Hello everybody, this lesson is on multiplying polynomials. Specifically, we are going to learn about the popular FOIL method. First, I want to just describe to you what exactly FOIL means, right? It's not a word, it's an acronym for something that we use when we are multiplying. So FOIL stands for firsts, outers, inners, and lasts. Now, what exactly does this mean when we're dealing with polynomials? Well, down here in yellow, you'll notice that I've already put two polynomials for you. So here's one polynomial, and here's another polynomial. Now, these brackets separate the polynomials, but they also do something that's really cool, and it describes what's called multiplication. So I'll make it a bit smaller here. So you know by these brackets that they are being multiplied. And this lesson is to show you how we multiply them, and we use, for help, the FOIL method. The FOIL method tells us in the order in which we need to multiply the parts to these two polynomials. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label the polynomial based on the words that I've given you. So what are the firsts in these two polynomials? Well, this one and this one. These two here are the firsts. Then the next one is outer. Which two terms are the outer terms? I'm going to do this in red. The outer terms would be this one and this one. The ones on the outside, right? The outer terms. Next we have inner. What are the terms that we see on the inside of these polynomials? These ones, so inner. And finally, what are the terms that we see in the last of these two polynomials? Well, I'm going to make it purple. The 4 and the 3 are the lasts. So that's the order in which we are going to multiply our polynomial. So rewriting it out, we are first going to multiply our firsts. So we're first going to do 3x times 5x. That's the first one we're going to do. Okay, that's the very, very first thing that we're going to do. Plus, because there's a plus in between them. So I'm going to do, I did outer red. So firsts plus, in this case we have the 3x times the negative 3. Notice how I'm using different ways, like brackets or the dot, but in essence I'm multiplying these two together. So now I did the firsts, then you do the outers, then you do the inners. So in this case, inners would be 4 and 5x, so plus 4 times 5x. And lastly are our lasts. So we're going to do plus our lasts 4 times negative 3. And so when we do this, obviously we do multiplication first, right? So we will multiply everything first. This becomes 15x squared. Then this becomes negative 9x. Then this becomes plus 20x. Then minus 12. And all we need to do last is add like terms. And here we just happen to have two like terms here. So our final answer for this multiplication is 15x squared minus 9x plus 20x is minus 11, or negative 11x minus 12. And that is the answer to this problem. Okay? So now that we're comfortable doing multiplication, let's do another example. So my other example will be x plus 3 times x plus 4. So the first thing that we're going to do are our firsts. So x times x, without writing it out, x times x is x squared. Okay? Then we're going to do our outers, and our outers in this case is this one and this one. Okay, so our outers will be x times 4, which is plus 4x. Then we're going to do our inners. Our inners are 3 and x, so we're just going to have plus 3x. And our lasts, which, oh here, I'll pick another color. I'll pick the yellow again. Our last, which is 3 times 4, which is 12. Then we need to add like terms. And in this case, here are our like terms, so it just becomes x squared plus 7x plus 12. Okay, so remember, FOIL, do your firsts, your outers, your inners, and your lasts. And if you don't remember, check up here, where are your firsts, where are your outers, where are your inners, and where are your lasts. Okay, so before I finish this lesson, I need to show you some cautions in which you will probably get tricked. You'll notice here that I have a polynomial inside a bracket, all squared. Before, you've been used to putting this 2 inside the brackets. But here is where the problem lies. When you have a addition or subtraction inside these brackets, you do not multiply the 2 inside. In fact, this just means x plus 3 times itself. Okay? It does not mean x squared plus 3 squared. The only time we bring in this exponent on the outside is in this example here. Is there any addition or subtraction going on here? No. Here we can actually bring in our 2 into the exponent. So just for the fun of it, let's answer this FOIL situation here. We do our firsts, so x squared. We do our outers, so x times 3, which is 3x. We then do our inners, which is, again, 3x. And then we do our lasts, which is simply 9. By adding our like terms, we get x squared plus 6x plus 9. So completely different, right? Down here is another example. This example here means it does not mean, in this case, because we have a negative or a subtraction going on, it does not equal to x squared minus 4 squared. That's bad. No. This means that we are actually taking our bracket and multiplying it by itself. But over here, I have no multiplication or addition, no addition or subtraction going on. No addition or subtraction. So we take this 2 and we bring it in. And of course, our 4 was in brackets, so we keep the brackets. And then we get a positive 16x squared. And again, just for fun, let's FOIL out these 2 polynomials here. So if we FOIL out this polynomial here, we have our firsts, so x squared. Our outers, so x times negative 4 is negative 4x. Our inners, so negative 4 times x is again negative 4x. And our lasts, which is negative 4 times negative 4, which is a positive 16. And finally, we add our like terms, x squared. The only like terms is in the middle, so minus 8x plus 16. And that is our answer. So remember, caution, when you have in brackets an addition or subtraction going on, squared, you actually have to make the brackets individual and multiply it by itself. The only time we bring in the exponent on the outside, like here, up here, is when we have just multiplication or division going on inside the brackets. Okay, so just to recap, FOIL is when we are multiplying two polynomials together, usually with two terms. So usually it's two binomials, and we do the firsts, the outers, the inners, and the lasts, and then we add our like terms.